I see you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Have you ever seen one of those?
I've heard of them, but no. It's amazing.
4 chords, two verses. Shit, sorry. Two verses. 2 verses and 2 choruses. No, just 2 verses. With it, please help stick around for Snowbird.
Woo! Cacao, cacao.
Let's thank the band again. That was really fantastic. My name's Riley Robinson. I'm the director here for Art Pace. And this is brought to you tonight by the Russell Hill Rogers Foundation. This is the Russell Hill Rogers San Antonio Sessions here on our newly christened rooftop terrace. If any of you have been here before, it wasn't quite as usable as it is now. So we hope to have a lot more events like this coming up in the future. I'm really interested in this flow between visual arts and music. And 22 years ago, Juan Ramos was in residence here at Art Pace. And some of his work from 22 years ago is in the room downstairs right below this, and it's on view tonight, and I encourage you to go see it. We revisited that work along with some of his newer work. And I'm really interested in the fact that visual artists can move back and forth between music and visual art, and nobody does that better in this town than Juan. And I'm really happy to have him here, kind of christening his staff.
Yeah.
Super. There's quite a few people I need to thank tonight, which is really what my main job is, and it's really a thank you to the trustees for the Russell Hill Rogers Fund for the Arts for making this series possible. This is one in quite a few series that we're bringing back, especially now that the rooftop is really, really close to being finally finished. We're going to have film screenings, performance art, spoken word, dance, music, and theater. Russell Hill Rogers Fund for the Arts was founded to support and encourage creative and performance arts in San Antonio, and we're really, really grateful to have their support. Now I'd kind of like to hear a little bit from Juan about particularly maybe how he moves back and forth between music and contemporary art, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us.
All right, well, thank you for having me. It's a great honor to be invited back to Art Pace and having that show in the Hudson Room. This is actually the third time that I've participated in our show here. One of the pieces downstairs was in group show. One of the videos that we see on the monitor downstairs was part of that show. Yeah, so I've been a part of the art community for decades now, and I've always enjoyed the colleagues, the friends, the sometimes competitors that you just learn so much from. You know, is that it? Is it on? Yeah, and within the community here in San Antonio, there's been a lot of artists who also do music, and for me in particular, that never seemed as something unusual. Since I was a child, I always had this person who was my father's best friend, who was a musician and an artist, and he didn't do what he did musically and artistically for much of any money. He did it just because he had to. He had that creative impulse, and I grew up with that, seeing that in my own family, and so growing up and getting into the scene here with so many other artists and musicians who are putting their creativity out there, it just seemed really natural to me. And so in my own personal work, I do a lot of narrative stuff. I do a lot of things that are figurative, and a lot of things that have to do with representing place via people. And part of that narrative is the music. And so what I appreciate especially are the artists who are always putting out their original artwork, and the musicians, the bands, the singer-songwriters who are writing their own original songs. And that's coming from here, that's coming from this city, from this place. And I think that the city is evolving like any place would. There's a lot of people moving here, and a lot of people moving away. Just changes happening all the time. And I think it's more important than ever for the creatives in this city to do their thing and put out their work and say what they have to say and represent themselves and represent this place. And I'm looking forward to continuing to be a part of that community here for as long as I can. And I did want to talk a little bit about the bands. Part of the show downstairs that's on the second floor in the Hudson Room has the one wall that has all the new work that I've been making related to a long-term graphic novel project that's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm not a writer, I'm trained in visual art, but it's coming along, and along with the wall installation is a loop of songs. There's 12 songs that play right near that wall. And I'm the drummer on every one of those songs. There's 7 different bands. And so if you ever have a chance to go check that out, keep that in mind, that part of the music part of that particular installation is that the music is representing the city via the bands that are from here. And those original songs, like I said, going back to having your original voice and representing yourself and your place. Along with the artwork, if you look at the artwork, yes, it is based on the format of some type of superhero comic, but it really is talking about other bigger themes. And part of that representation is, again, representing place via people. So the first band we heard tonight was Please Help, who I've been playing drums with for what, over 10 years now? I don't even know. Where did Phil disappear to? And so I was the drummer on the last 2 albums that we've put out, and I insisted on playing a bunch of songs from the last album called Dark Days. Much to Phil's chagrin, those are not his favorite songs, but I think it's the best album we've ever put out, so I insisted on putting those songs in the set. Similarly, with Snowbird coming up next, I was the drummer on the last album that we put out a couple of years ago, and again, I insisted on playing songs from that album for this performance, and those are not songs not all those songs are songs we normally play, so we had to put in a couple of practices to get those performable for y'all. And we do have merch for sale. That you have it here? Okay, yeah, we have stuff for sale if you want to support the band. All right, so coming up soon in a few minutes, I don't know that we have filler music, do we? I don't think we do. So you're gonna have to hum to yourselves or put your earbuds on. Okay, she's gonna scat for you. So it's gonna take us a couple of minutes, but Snowbird will be ready to play, and I really appreciate y'all coming, and thank you. Now it's on?
Lights a little bit. This is that.